Before we begin, if any parents that are seated in the blue section would like to move a little bit closer, feel free to do so. Good evening, everyone. My name is Suzette DeMarchi, and I am the principal of Vineland High School. At this time, I would like for everyone to rise for the singing of our national anthem by our Vineland High School's Select Choir. Administration, faculty, and staff, welcome to our students, parents, community members, central administration, and our Board of Education members. Welcome to Vineland High School's 36th Annual Merit Assembly. Before we begin our program this evening, I would like to thank and recognize Central Administration, Mr. Yano, our Superintendent of Vineland Public Schools, Mr. Fry, Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Sneeden, Assistant Superintendent, our Board of Education members, Mrs. Spinelli, Board of Education President, Mrs. Codescati, Board of Education Vice President, Board members, Mr. Holmes, Mrs. Fabry, Mr. Fiocchi, Ms. Acosta, Mr. Rivera is here with us this evening, Mr. Sabrana is here with us this evening, and Mr. Silva. And the Vineland High School administration, all of which are here this evening, Ms. Rivera, Mr. Panis, Mrs. Alvarez, Mr. Headley, Mrs. Craig, and Mr. Adams. This evening is another way Vineland High School will honor and celebrate our exceptional students and their academic accomplishments. Many of our students this evening will be the recipient of scholarships. I would like to congratulate each of our recipients on this honor as well as their families. I want to take a moment and thank all of those that have been so kind to give scholarships to our Vineland High School students. Your generosity is greatly appreciated. You will never truly know the impact that your scholarship will have on the lives of our students. But do know this, how grateful I am that you have believed, supported, and invested in the future of our Vineland High School students. And for that, I am humbled and eternally grateful. Class of 2022, the scholarships that will be given out this evening. Many are in the memory of a loved one or for a cause that is very near or dear to the donors' hearts. Please take a moment and the time to thank them for their generous scholarship. Any information given to us in regards to the scholarship will be given to you and will be placed in the envelope in which you will receive this evening. Congratulations, class of 2022. I wish you all the best. At this time, I would like to call to the podium our superintendent, Mr. Yano.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here with you once again, celebrating our outstanding students, our wonderful teachers, our administrative staff, our Board of Education, our colleagues, our community members. It's truly a pleasure to be able to share this evening with you, and I feel honored to be here celebrating the achievements of the hardworking students of Vineland High School. This ceremony will award the meritorious students, but also celebrates the success of Vineland High School, a school of tradition. Our students have proven their ability both in the academic fields and also the extracurriculars and technology, the arts, community service, and support for your families. You have made us proud of your tremendous growth and your spirit, your ambition, your dedication, and your willingness to serve your community. Those of you who receive scholarships this evening, please take a moment to reflect and think about the effort and the sacrifice that you put forth to reach this goal. You were selected for these awards based on your accomplishments and deserve to take the time to celebrate with your family and your community the work that you did here at Vineland High School and in the Vineland Public Schools. So congratulations and best wishes on a bright and successful future. Well done.
Thank you, Mr. Yano. At this time, I would like to call to the podium Mrs. Kadasvati, Board of Education Vice President.
Good evening. On behalf of my fellow board members, I would like to congratulate the entire class of 2022. Tonight, we are here to honor our graduating seniors with his or her Merit Scholarship Award. I would like to thank the students who have continued to excel academically at the highest levels during their years at Vineland High School. To each of our award winners, take the time to thank your parents, guardians, that special person who helped guide you and support you along the way. And also take the time to thank the family or organization whose name is on that award you received tonight. These people are celebrating with you tonight. Although many students have applied for the various awards that are being handed out tonight, it was you that earned it. It was your hard work and dedication that finally paid off, and now you get to reap the benefits of your efforts. We wish all of you nothing but the best on the next phase of your journey. Always be the best that you can. Take pride in yourselves. We are very proud of you. Again, congratulations. Job well done. Enjoy this time, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kadasvati. I'm just going to go a little off script. So many section right here. Could you stand? Let's give them a round of applause for supporting our Vineland High School students. We thank you. At this time, we are going to begin the presentation of our scholarships. When your name is called, please proceed to the front and join Mr. Yano, myself, and a member of our Board of Education. We will present you with your scholarship or award. At this time, anyone from a particular scholarship committee or scholarship benefactor, please join us up front for a picture. Parents, please feel free to come up and take pictures as well. So now, at this time, I would like to call to the podiums two of Vineland High School's assistant principals, Mr. Headley and Mr. Panis.
It is my pleasure to introduce our first award recipient, Angel Acosta. Angel will be receiving the Automotive Parts Company Scholarship in the amount of $250. Congratulations.
Our next award recipient is Maria Angela Chala. She will be receiving the Vineland High School Art Department Scholarship in the amount of $300.
Our next scholarship will go to Jennifer Antonio. Jennifer is receiving the Prevent Child Abuse New Jersey, the Diane Delano Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, presented by Deborah Hickman.
Our next award recipient is Denise Reyes Guzman. She will be receiving the Gloria M. Sabatier Spanish Scholarship in the amount of $350.
Our next award recipient is Aaliyah Ayala. Aaliyah will be receiving 4 scholarships. The first, presented by Brandy Patch in the amount of $500, the Sharon Parsons Bortle Scholarship. The next scholarship is the Vineland Education Association Scholarship, Future Educators Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, presented by VEA President Louis Russo and VEA Vice President Regina Merkel. The next scholarship in the amount of $1,000 is the Vineland Early Childhood Advisory Council Preschool Scholarship, presented by Rebecca Wardell and Heather Johnson. And the last scholarship in the amount of $1,500 is the Women's Club of Vineland Scholarship, presented by Linda Galena. Congratulations, Leah.
Our next award recipient is Gabriel Baldacero. He will be receiving multiple awards this evening. The first is the Billy Consolo Memorial Wrestling Scholarship in the amount of $2,000 and a plaque, presented by Dottie Carpenter. He will also be receiving the Jeffrey A. Clay Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,500, presented by James A. Clay, Jr.
Braylon Blakely will receive two scholarships. The first is the Ronald Franceschini Senior Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, presented by Ron Franceschini Jr. and Marie Franceschini. The next scholarship for Braylon in the amount of $500 is the Mary McDowell Legacy Scholarship, presented by Tahira Davis, Ayana Colvin, and Lynn Moreno Buckman. Congratulations, Braylon.
Our next award recipient is Zamira Blunt. She will be receiving a scholarship from the following: Deborah Chapter number 51, OES PHA in memory of Brother William Bell, and Sister Claudia E. Smith in the amount of $500, presented by Kendrick Marisi.
Our next award recipient is Natalie Cabrera. Natalie will be receiving $800 from the Gloria M. Sabatier Spanish Scholarship.
Our next award recipient is Kimberly Cano Hernandez. She will be receiving the Gloria M. Sabatier Spanish Scholarship in the amount of $500.
Our next award recipient is Charisma Cardona. Charisma will be receiving the Wallace School Alumni Scholarship in the amount of $500, presented by Wallace's principal, Deborah Quinn.
Our next award recipient is Stephanie Cardona. She will be receiving multiple awards this evening. The first is the National Honor Society Scholarship from VHS in the amount of $500. The second is the Berman G. Keene Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500 presented by Lisa Fagan. She will also be receiving the Gloria M. Sabatier Spanish Scholarship in the amount of $350. And a scholarship from the Women's Club of Vineland in the amount of $1,500 presented by Linda Galena.
Our next award recipient is Jenna Carlson. Jenna will be receiving the Thomas P. McCann Crew Scholarship presented by former Vineland High School principal, Dr. Thomas P. McCann, in the amount of $250. Jenna, you will also be receiving the Thomas Martirano Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500. Congratulations.
Our next award recipient is Juliana Carter. She'll be receiving multiple awards this evening, the first of which is the Italian Cultural Foundation of South Jersey Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 presented by Robert Odorizzi, President of Italian Cultural Foundation of South Jersey. Her other scholarship is the John N. Junta Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,500 presented by Deborah Gowdy.
Gabriel Castro. Gabriel will be receiving the Carol Starston Scholarship in the amount of $500.
Our next award recipient is Jose Gabriel Castro. He will be receiving multiple awards this evening. The first award is the CCASA Allen Associates in memory of Stanley H. Allen Scholarship in the amount of $250. The Dr. William Meny's Alumni and PTO Scholarship in the amount of $500 presented by Melanie Lamazzoni. Jose will also be given an award from the Edward Pinson Scholarship Foundation in the amount of $1,000. Our next award recipient
Dr. Mary L. Gruccio Honorary Scholarship presented by former Superintendent of the Vineland Public Schools, Dr. Mary Gruccio, in the amount of $500.
Our next award recipient is Kayla Cleary. She'll be receiving multiple awards this evening. The first award is the Cumberland Players Drama Scholarship in the amount of $100. The Kathleen Adelaro Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500 presented by Dorothy Burke, VMS Assistant Principal. The Dolores Romero Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500 presented by Melissa King. And the Michael L. Gruccio Jr. Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 presented by Dr. Mary Gruccio.
Next award recipient is Xavier Calandras, who will be receiving multiple scholarships. Xavier will be receiving the Gerald J. Barry Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 and a plaque, presented by Stephen Barry and Laura Barry. Xavier will also be receiving the Lucille V. Harker Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500, the William Stern Family Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, and the Edward Pinson Scholarship Foundation in the amount of $1,000.
Our next award recipient is Luisani Dehasa Marchena. She will be receiving multiple awards this evening. The first award is the Catherine J. Arpino Estate Scholarship in the amount of $5,000 each year for 4 years. She will also be receiving the Gloria M. Sabatier Spanish Scholarship in the amount of $350.
Our next award recipient is Joseph Dorzan. Joseph will be receiving the Duran Elementary PTO Scholarship in the amount of $1,500, presented by Rebecca Tasso, Tia Lois, Ashley Hanna, and Heather McFadden.
Our next award recipient is Rohit Duda. He'll be receiving multiple scholarships this evening. The first award is the Newfield Bank Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. He'll also be receiving the Petway Patriot Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, presented by Miss Mondeluzzo.
Our next award recipient is Ruth Alahi. Ruth will be receiving the Petway Patriot Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, presented by Miss Mondeluzzo.
Our next award recipient is Andon Feaster. He will be receiving the Jeffrey Gross Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, presented by Christina and Natalie Gross.
Our next award recipient, Amy Garcia. Amy will be receiving the Wallace School Alumni Scholarship in memory of Aylin Cruz Mateus in the amount of $500, presented by Wallace School Principal Deborah Quinn.
Our next award recipient is Kayleani Gil Perez. She will be receiving the Gloria M. Sabatier Spanish Scholarship in the amount of $350.
Our next award recipient, Benjamin Gould. Benjamin will be receiving 2 scholarships. The first, the Clarion Koch Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,500. The second, the Japanese American Citizens League Scholarship in the amount of $250 and a certificate.
Our next award recipient is Nisha Gupta. Nisha will be receiving multiple scholarships, the first of which is the Sergeant Christopher G. Maddie Memorial Scholarship, in the amount of $500, presented by Devin and Paulette Maddie. She will also be receiving the Brian P. Juliana Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000.
Our next award recipient, Melanie Harrell. Melanie will be receiving the Antique Arts and Cultural Society of South Jersey Scholarship in the amount of $100, presented by Sandy Carberry.
Our next award recipient is Carly Herman. She will be receiving the Cumberland County Municipal Clerks Association Scholarship in in the amount of $250 and a certificate.
Our next award recipient, LaJura King. LaJura will be receiving the Dennis Tanner Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, presented by Darlene Boone, Chairman, and April Stevenson, Kinder.
Our next award recipient is Noah Kuha. He will be receiving multiple awards this evening. The first award is the William McDevitt EHS Marching Band Legacy Scholarship in the amount of $500, presented by Aileen Bosco. Noah will also be receiving the Alan R. Reinhardt Memorial Music Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 and the Veterans Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500, presented by Dorothy Burke, Assistant Principal.
Our next award recipient, Ariana Luciano. Ariana will be receiving 2 scholarships tonight. The first, the Dan Marcy Alumni Scholarship in the amount of $500, presented by Mrs. Jamie Ekred. Ariana will also receive the Joel Denzel Cortez Scholarship Fund in the amount of $500.
Our next award recipient is Jada Marshall. She will be receiving multiple awards this evening. The first award is the CCASA Allen Associates in memory of Stanley H. Allen Scholarship in the amount of $250. She will also be receiving the Mary McDowell Legacy Scholarship in the amount of $500, presented by Tahira Davis, Ayana Colvin, and Lynn Moreno Buckman.
Our next award recipient is Pramisha Patel. Pramisha will be receiving 3 scholarships tonight. The first, the VHS Class of 1993 Scholarship in the amount of $500. The National Honor Society Scholarship from Vineland High School in the amount of $500. And last, the Lubin Stern Family Scholarship in the amount of $1,000.
Our next award recipient is Ed Rada. He will be receiving a scholarship from the Edward Pinson Scholarship Foundation in the amount of $1,500.
Our next award recipient, Miguel Angel Ramirez Ruiz. Miguel Angel will be receiving the Tommy Rodriguez Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, presented by Evelyn Rodriguez Devine.
Our next award recipient is Neftali Ramos. Neftali will be receiving the Mass Mutual Iarusi Commonwealth Scholarship in the amount of $500, presented by Connor Iarusi.
Our next award recipient, Alex Rodriguez. Alex will be receiving the Tyler W. Hensley Memorial Fund in the amount of $500 presented by Maria Hensley.
Our next award recipient is Asia Rogers. Asia will be receiving multiple awards this evening. The first award is the Gerald J. Barry Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000 and a plaque, presented by Stephen Barry and Laura Barry. Asia will also be receiving the Dennis Tanner Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, presented by Darlene Boone, Chairman, and April Stevenson Kinder.
Next award recipient, Justin Roy. Justin will be receiving 3 scholarships tonight. The first, the Sam Basowski Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500, presented by Eileen Bosco. The next, the Puerto Rican Social Action Committee Alvaro Ocasio Senior Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500, presented by Nancy Afanador and Marisol Arquea. And the third scholarship, the Italian Cultural Foundation of South Jersey Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, presented by Robert Odorizzi, President of the Italian Cultural Foundation of South Jersey.
Our next award recipient is Ryan Russo. Ryan will be receiving multiple awards this evening. The first award is the Chick Mazzola Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $750. The Mark De Palma Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500. The Dr. William Menny's Alumni and PTO Scholarship in the amount of $500, presented by Melanie Lovazzoni. The Italian Cultural Foundation of South Jersey Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, presented by Robert Odorizzi, President of the Italian Cultural Foundation of South Jersey. The Lubin Stern Family Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. The Stephen J. Volpe Memorial Award in the amount of $1,000. And an award from the Edwin Pinson Scholarship Foundation in the amount of $750.
Our next award recipient, Lahana Singh. Lahana will be receiving the Anthony and Rossi Elementary School Alumni Scholarship in the amount of $500.
next award recipient is Carly Spignato. She will be receiving multiple awards this evening. The first award is the Italian American Benevolent Association Scholarship in the amount of $1,000. The Italian Cultural Foundation of South Jersey Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, presented by Robert Biliteracy, President of the Italian Cultural Foundation of South Jersey.
Our next award recipient, Nicole Stanker. Nicole will be receiving 4 scholarships this evening. The first is the Vineland Administrators and Supervisors Association Scholarship in the amount of $500. The second is the Vineland Education Association Scholarship of Future Educators in the amount of $1,000, presented by VEA President Louis Russo and VEA Vice President Regina Merkel. Nicole will also be receiving the Carrie Marie Clay Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,500, presented by James and Kathleen Clay, Sr. And Nicole will also be receiving the Gladys Maury Viola Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,500.
Our next award recipient is Sonia Stewart. Sonia will be receiving the Lubin Stern Family Scholarship in the amount of $1,000.
Our next award recipient, Yalitza Suarez Garcia. Yalitza will be receiving the Santa of Cumberland County Award in the amount of $500 and a plaque.
Our next award recipient is Nazai Tatum, who will be receiving Concerned Citizen of Whitesboro Scholarship Award in the amount of $1,000, presented by James and Rita Davis.
Our next award recipient, Ty Taharis. Ty will be receiving the William Simpson Scholarship in the amount of $100.
Our next award recipient is Anna Thomas. Anna will be receiving multiple awards this evening. The first award is the Dolores Romero Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500, presented by Melissa King. Hold on. She will also be receiving the Prevent Child Abuse NJ Higher Education Book Scholarship in the amount of $500, presented by Deborah Hickman. And we have 2 more. And his next scholarship is the Alpha Delta Kappa Phi Chapter Scholarship, in the amount of $1,000, presented by Carol Fioresi. Anna will also be receiving the Vineland Education Association for Future Educator Scholarship in the amount of $1,000, presented by Louis Russo and Regina Murray.
Our next award recipient, Alexis Torres. Alexis will receive the Jane Tola Scholarship in the amount of $2,000.
Our next award recipient is Anaya Troy. She'll be receiving the Gladys Maury Viola Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,500.
Our next award recipient, Nia Treziak. Nia will receive the Joyce Peck Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $100.
Our next award recipient is Roderick Josh Zapanta. Roderick will be receiving multiple awards, the first of which is the Complete Care Health Network Dong Si Chu Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $500, presented by Esteban de Jesus. He will also be receiving the Brian P. Giuliani Memorial Scholarship in the amount of $1,000.
Our next award recipient, Christina Zeng. Christina will receive the Mark Malamad's Gabriel Project Scholarship in the amount of $250, presented by Ken Malamed. It is now my pleasure to call back Ms. DeMarchi to the stage to present our last scholarship and closing remarks.
The final award this evening is the Principal's Award of Volunteerism. This goes to the graduating senior that has earned the most service hours. This individual has earned over 250 hours. Despite COVID-19 and the challenges we face, this individual continued to provide service to the city of Vineland. The award recipient this evening is Jasleen Jaswal. Congratulations, Jasleen. At this time, I I would like to thank again all of our scholarship donors. Your generosity is greatly appreciated. At this time, I'd like to call Dr. Negrin to the podium.
Vineland was approached to be a pilot district for a new initiative called the Seal of Biliteracy. This initiative started in California and was intended to recognize students who attained high levels of proficiency in English and in a language other than English. New Jersey officially adopted the Seal of Biliteracy on January 19, 2016. Since that time, thousands of students across the state and over 300 students in Vineland have been recognized as Seal of Biliteracy recipients. The Seal of Biliteracy does many things for students, schools, and districts. For the student, it certifies their readiness in English and in another language for college and careers. It's one thing to say you know a language. It's a very different thing to be able to document that. Students who receive the seal are often given college credit for their efforts. If they are going directly into the workforce, the seal lends a powerful advantage in the job market. And since we're talking about dollars and cents tonight, we think about an average 3-credit course at a 4-year institution in the state of New Jersey costing about $1,500. Each of these certificates that I'm about to tell you about is worth $1,500 for a grand total of $78,000. Give or take. Way to go, Vineland High School. For a school or district, being a Seal of Biliteracy participant makes a powerful and tangible difference in the culture, because students can test in any language, whether we offer it as a course of study or whether it was earned elsewhere. It demonstrates that we value the languages, cultures, and traditions that students come to us with.
congratulations to our students. I also want to make sure, before we close out this evening, that I thank our clerical staff, Hank, Gia, and Doug, for assisting us this evening. They really have made sure that this evening has run very smoothly. At this time, I'd like for everyone to stand for our school alma mater. Okay, students, at this time, I ask that you rise. Congratulations to all, and at this time, our students will begin to process out of the auditorium. Thank you to all for joining us. Let's give our students a round of applause.